see a man from heaven. Come and see, hear him speak. He has seen the face of God. Come and see, come and see this Jesus of Nazareth. Come and see the one that we have heard of all our lives.
We are at Eric Jones' studio today, and it's Cindy and Denise together, but it's Eric Leonard Jones, our favorite painter of portraits and amazing things that we had him at Full Circle.
Yep.
And you've been in a few other things. You were in Epitaph.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we're going to spend time with Eric. He's going to tell us the story, share a little bit about life and God and art and
His journey.
yeah, his journey. This is Eric Leonard Jones Seeds Studio Chats with Cindy Rhodes, Denise Wyrick for Seeds Fine Art Exhibits.
That's right.
All right, that's perfect.
Time you saw Paper Without Lines.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it was in 7th grade. My dad brought that paper in.
Wow.
And I was just super excited about it. I was like, wow, paper without lines. I started drawing, comic books. I actually got some of the old stuff.
Oh, great. We'll take a couple pictures.
Yeah, because my mom moved out of the house, and so I had all the drawings that I did with these Wolverines and X-Men and Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah. I was like, they might be worth something. They might be holding on to something. Yeah, Batman, all that stuff. But yeah, and so I was drawing all the way through middle school and then high school. I stopped for a year, actually 2 years, because 1 year I played football and next year I just worked. And then my senior year I got back into drawing and I decided to be a painter. Because I was like, well, if you go to school, my mentality was like, if you go into college, you go for your passion. That's what I thought. And so what am I good at and passionate about? I was like, okay, I'm good at drawing. I'm good at making money. And I'm good at making people laugh. And I was like, well, I don't want to be a comedian. So I became a business major.
Okay.
For 2 weeks. I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and I was talking to my friends. I used to draw together in high school. And they said, why don't you become an art major? And I was like, okay. That sounds right to me.
Okay.
And so I became an art major.
Did you need someone to give you permission to say you're good enough, you should try this? Were you holding back and trying to do other things because of the stress, the prejudice, the stress, the strain, and all that stuff?
Well, I think all throughout, from middle school through high school, people said I could draw really well. And I actually sold a piece when I was in high school for $2.
Oh, for
$2 a little drawing a night, and a friend of mine bought it for $3. So yeah, I became an art major. And then the funny story was I got a scholarship, but then I lost my scholarship over a mistake a teacher did. So the first 2 weeks you could drop a class.
yeah.
Well, she dropped me at failing in the first 2 weeks, and so that dropped me down to a C. average, and I lost my scholarship.
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
So, and I didn't know you could change your grade.
Oh, repeat, delete?
Yeah. And I was, because like, I was thinking it was like very like high school, like it's permanent. It can't be changed. What do I do? You know? Because like, if I had went and found out that, if I had went and talked to the people like, hey, I withdrew within the first 2 weeks. I don't know why I'm dropping. I should be able to just drop. So I think it was just a mistake by the teacher. She wasn't really paying attention. Because back then you had to write it.
Right. Yeah.
And she probably checked the box for withdrew failing. Which I don't know why they did that because it's first 2 weeks. But anyway, yeah. So, but because of that, I really wanted to work hard to get the scholarship back. So,
When were you going?
Valdosta State University.
Okay.
What?
Valdosta State.
That's
I'll
awesome.
I'll show you the documentary about Valdosta on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I worked really hard. I ended up taking this class where it was really hard to get an A in this teacher's class. And so, one of our first projects we had to do was a 5-foot portrait. Oh, it's actually outside.
Really?
Yeah, it's been outside for a long time. Here you go. Yeah, I'm gonna burn it and videotaping burning it.
Oh.
But, yeah, and it took me 5 weeks to finish. He gave us like an extra week to work on it. So like a lot of the students were like, yeah, we need just a little more time to finish, but we all were working really hard. And so he gave us like another week, and then it was like one of the best things I've ever done. And so ever since then, I just wanted to do portraits.
Oh, and that changed your life.
Yeah.
These are almost done, and these are kind of just obviously I just started. So these 3 people are my cousins, and then these 2 are married. This is like Hawaiian trees. I forget the name, and these are Hawaiian flowers.
Uh-huh.
I went to Hawaii, I think almost 2 years ago, and I brought back these little hair things for my daughter, and she really loved them. And so I decided to put those in her portrait. And then also added and I remember wanting some kind of scenery, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted, so I just decided to put the scenery of Hawaiian trees
Mm-hmm.
on the beach. And so that week I go to a Bible study. Check this out. And so I go to a Bible study and they're praying over me. And there's this woman, she's like, because they knew I painted. And they're like, but this woman she's like, you did this painting. I said, yeah. It was like, it's very new. It was very new for you. I was like, yeah. God really liked that. And he wants you to do more. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Because I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this new stuff because I had already decided in my mind I'm not going to do it again. So I did definitely tell anybody.
So the Lord gave her that word.
Yeah. Yeah. And so ever since then, I've been doing I started with, first one was Obliteration. And the next one is There's Hope. So God began to talk to me about my depression. And the first thing I had to do was obliterate the idea, these negative thoughts of who God was. That was the first thing I had to do. And that's why the first one is called Obliteration. And then the second one is called There's Hope. Because I was so hopeless. I mean, every day was just like, I beat myself up. I'd sleep till like 11. And then I'd stay up till 3, and I'd get tired. And my mind was like, "Why are you even tired? You didn't do anything." Beat myself. Like, you'll be tired. He's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll stay up." And I stay up, and I beat myself for staying up. It's just this cycle, the cycle. Like, and I was so stressed out too. Like the side of my face was always tight. And then there was a time where like I couldn't even sleep that well because like my neck was so tight. Oh, and it was just really hard to sleep. There was hardly any position that was comfortable. And so I wasn't sleeping that well. And so God began to like talk to me through the work. He said, first there's hope, and the next one, it takes time. So he's letting me know like it takes time to come out of depression. It took time to get in. It's gonna take time to get out. And I was like, okay. Okay. And so each piece is like was a conversation with God. And step by step, he was like healing me. You know, it took time. It took time. You know, and there came this time where like, you know, I was healed. I was fasting and praying about the depression. And then I had this like crazy, crazy dream about like, you know, like being oppressed, maybe demonically, or it could be, you know, I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure, but like I felt a healing as I was waking up. And like the pressure from my neck went away and I felt just physically lighter. And then I remember hearing like I need to go back and read the Bible and read it over again. Because what prompted me to pray and fast was I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she was saying how she felt demonically oppressed. And I was like, maybe that's me too. Maybe that's what's happening. So that's why I started praying and fast about it. And after I did the praying and fasting, I remember it's funny because it's like usually praying and fasting is like 3 days. Like that's the standard. I said, God, I can't do 3 days. I was like, I'm gonna be like, after the first 8 hours, I'm gonna be like, I know what I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna focus on the food, not the actual prayer. So I did 1 day. I said, I'm gonna do 1 day. I was gonna do 1 day, and that was powerful because that's when the healing came. And then so he told me to go back and read the Bible because as I was reading the Bible before, like I would read it, and by the time it got to my head, I guess, like that time in between reading and getting into my brain, like there was a lie attached.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. So I would read. I remember the verse I was reading. I was reading the verse where it says, "You are not worthy of me unless you pick up your cross." Right. That's in the Bible. So by the time I got to my brain, my memory was, "You'll never be good enough. You'll never be worthy." And I was just like, and that's where like the lie. And I realized like as I was reading the scripture, that was happening in a lot of spaces. And so God told me, you need to go back and read the Bible again. And just go back and read the Bible. And I was like, okay. This is post depression where I had to move different. And so each one of these pieces, I would do something different that I haven't done before just because it's uncomfortable. It's like, I just got to, just choose something that I just didn't do before. And so like, this is 10, I think this is 8, that's 9, and this is 5.
That one is the first one?
No, this is the last one.
Last one.
So the last one, I painted it, then I destroyed it, painted on paper, and I used a sledgehammer to destroy it. I videotaped that. And then I burned the rest of the pieces all on videotape. And I kept just those pieces.
So powerful, Eric. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about a journey.
Yeah.
Talk about a journey.
Yeah. But like I had to keep doing something different because like if I didn't do something different, then I'd be reminded of how I was and go back into that because like it was comfortable. I was doing it for years, like depression for years.
Come and see, come and see, come and see a man from heaven.